Tomorrow on September 11th, 2025, I will be organizing a White Lives Matter protest in Miami, Florida at 1 p.m. I will post the exact location on all my social medias 1 hour prior to the event at noon. This will be a non-violent demonstration. Do not bring any guns, knives, or any weapons. The only thing you will need is yourself, your spirit, any posters that say White Lives Matter, and any pictures of faces of the white victims that have been brutally murdered or beat down by the system or by any of these savage animals. It is time to stand up for our people, and it is time to fight back. See you there, white man.
A few moments later.
So if anyone was curious how the White Lives Matter protest that I tried to set up yesterday went, it went pretty disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. There was only about 30 people who showed up. Obviously, there was short notice, like 12 hours before I decided to try to put something together. It was obviously a Thursday, middle of the day. But it is disappointing because obviously my post got a lot of views throughout all the platforms. I got like 500 direct messages on Twitter, Instagram, of people saying they're in South Florida, they're gonna come out, they can't wait. And then I show up and there's 30 people. It is disappointing, and it really makes you wonder and makes you question, do people even really give a shit? Do people care? It seems like people aren't fed up enough. Like, you could post all day on social media, but if you don't do anything else, like what's the point?
This is one of those triple P's where I feel like if I was to end the video right there and just let it and not have any commentary, it would do numbers. Now, like I always tell you, I always tell people that I don't post things for things to go viral, but I have a feeling that this would be one of those ones that probably would hit traction wise. Now, if y'all don't know who this is that Hermes guy. I just recently uploaded a video on him maybe a few days ago. I was not expecting to turn around and actually come back and do another video on this dude in the form of a triple P. But this is that same guy that likes to go around and do these not commentaries, but these street interviews, asking people various things. If y'all watched the last video that I posted about him, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But this is the same guy. So he's down there in Miami, and he made this video on the evening of Charlie Kirk being taken out. And he says that tomorrow he's organizing this White Lives Matter or this White Men Matter protest or rally or whatever the case is. And he's going to rally as many people as he can to fight back against this so-called oppressive system. The number one major L for him for this so-called rally he wanted to have was him organizing it on very, very, very extremely short notice. Like, it's late at night at the time he made this video on September the 10th. And he decides that on September 11th, I'm going to go ahead and put this rally together. It was such short notice. If you was going to do this so-called rally, you had to have put it together and give it time in order for things to get put together. Because what if people wanted, let's hypothetically say, come to this rally and they wanted to travel for it, or they had to take off work, or you don't put something together in the middle of the night to expect hundreds of people to show up by 1 p.m. the next morning. Let's hypothetically say he made this video at 10 p.m. I'm not sure exactly when he made the video itself. I'm not sure when he actually made it, but he posted the video on September the 10th for a rally to happen at 1 p.m. the next day. That made absolutely no sense whatsoever. How many people did he really think was going to come out there? He said he had about hundreds of people, which I doubt, DM him and say, oh, I can't wait, I'm going to come, only for the next day to come, and only 30 people showed up. 30. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that fool who tried to do that same type of rally back when the Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation happened, and they too did the same thing of trying to put a rally together at the last minute and hope that they were going to have this big turnout. That's not how any of this works. This lets you know how disorganized people like this are. Like, and also too, again, they have this popularity online. Like, this is their popularity. They have popularity online, but when they have to actually go out into the field, then it's something completely different than what it actually is. This dude, to my knowledge, I don't know how many followers he may have, but apparently he has a following online, but online does not translate to offline. And I guess he thought that that's what the case was going to be here. And then on top of that, now that we know everything, we found out who the person was that took out Charlie Kirk. His name was Tyler Robinson. He was 22 years old. And as we all figured, he is a white man. I mean, it's Utah after all. I looked at the demographics for the entire state of Utah. The black population in Utah is only like 2.3%. And the rest is pretty much overwhelmingly white. It would have been a huge shocker if it was anyone if they weren't white at all. And not just saying if they were black or any other non-white ethnicity, but just if they just weren't white. But we kind of figured going into it, that's the case. The dad turned him in and so on and so forth. Another thing people was questioning, especially, with this video and anybody else, because we've seen them have these protest style videos recently after what happened with Charlie Kirk. Why are y'all having a White Lives Matter or a White Men Matter protest when the person that took out Charlie Kirk was white themselves? Did they even know why BLM was created in its infancy? Like, really? It's like y'all copied everything or try to copy everything black people do, but y'all still don't understand the plot. I mean, the plot is completely lost on them. But then again, they tried to bastardize it with All Lives Matter, and we know why they did it. It was to basically counter against what BLM was at that time. So you doing this White Lives Matter protest looks ridiculous because the person who took out Charlie Kirk was white himself. And then you can't base it off of, because of race, because that would look even more silly because the person was white. At most, the only thing you can get them on is that the person did not like the views that Charlie Kirk had. He probably was more not only just opposed to his views, but didn't like the rhetoric that he was putting out there and how it could have potentially harmed other people. That's about it. You don't throw a whole protest called White Lives Matter because of that. So this dude is so lost in the sauce, so young and so dumb. But these are the people that want to go out there and claim that they have this so-called high IQ. This is about as low IQ as you can get. I don't even think his IQ is even in the positive. That thing is probably at a net negative. The fact that, again, you put this together at the very last minute at night, you put it online. I mean, if he really wanted this to pop off like he thought it would, and I don't even think it would, even if he did enough organizing, he would have had to do this for a couple of weeks. You don't do this right in the middle of it and expect people to just flock to you and fly right out to you. That's what he thought was going to happen. And he probably thought, I have these followers on Twitter. People know who I am. People are going to trust me. They're going to come out and support me. Only 30 people. 30 people showed up when he claimed he got hundreds of DMs. This dude is dumb, okay? Like I said, I wasn't expecting to do another video on this guy so soon, but here we are. This is extremely laughable. I cannot take any of these fools seriously. And not only just him, but several other people who have the same thought process as him. But it is what it is, I suppose. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.